It's another Raw video from your favorite YouTube scout, Draft Raw Authentic. Yes, I am finally here making another video, and like I said, it's a Raw one, so there will be no edit. Well, there can't be no edits because we're live right now. Now, I know there probably won't be a lot of people watching this live as it's going on right now. I don't really care. I just said, let me make a video before I go out and get to my grandma's house to eat and go shopping for groceries this week. So anyway, I wanted to do this live video real quick because I wanted to talk about the Ravens game that just happened. As you know, if you're watching me, it's just Draft Raw Authentic. I am a Ravens fan. I may do this every week. I may not do this every week. But I said, you know what? I just want to do this one because we beat the brakes off the Bills. Now, that's no surprise because I don't think anybody thought the Bills were going to be that good. And they proved why they're really not that good. I would say this. One thing that surprised me just a little bit, was Josh Allen in terms of, I think he played pretty solidly when he finally got into the game. I believe that he's probably going to start the rest of the season because Nate Peterman is so bad. And I kind of messed up when in one of the videos, the quarterback rookie preview, prediction videos for stats. I thought AJ McCarron was still on the team. Supposedly he's not. I didn't know they got rid of him, but it is what it is. Anyway, just looking at this game period, like I said, Josh Allen did pretty well. He wasn't that bad. I do still think that, he's still not that great of a quarterback. I think that he's gonna have his inaccuracies, but we'll see, because I'm not gonna bash him too much. I'm gonna just say that I've already kind of bashed him before. But looking at this game, just impressions for the rookies, because I am Draft Raw Authentic, and I do mainly try to talk about rookies. Looking at the Ravens rookies, Lamar Jackson, when he came in, Lamar Jackson didn't do nothing surprising, nothing great. I think he had one really good play on a run. And that was about it. There was no pass that he made that was just like spectacular. Mostly when he came in, they were running the ball a little bit more, which I wanted the Ravens to do more as they were playing, but they were passing the ball so well that they was able to put 40 points on Buffalo before the game was even before they finally took Joe Flacco out. So anyway, so just looking at Lamar Jackson solidly, nothing great. Then looking at our next two picks, Orlando Brown and Mark Andrews, I think both of them did okay. I think Orlando Brown, you can't really get stats off of him. I did see some excitement and some fire under Orlando Brown when he made a really good block where he used some aggressiveness. So that's something that I'm is looking at and rooting for, because a question that I had of him was he an aggressive type of offensive lineman? And he's showing that he's trying to live up to that hype of being a big aggressive guy. And then you have a player like Mark Andrews that I believe had 2 catches, and they were pretty good catches. Every single time it was thrown to him, he caught the ball. Now, that only says that, he's just catching the ball. I don't know about the other plays, how well he's doing. Watching TV football, you don't get to see the whole 22, so you don't get to see if he was open on some plays or anything, but hopefully the trust between him and Joe Flacco will flourish and become better and better, and he'll throw him the ball more, because looking at Max Williams, where he doesn't get his open as easy, and Nick Boyle, who doesn't get his open as easy, and Nick Boyle had a couple of drops in this game, which is a little irregular, but it was raining out there, so I'm not going to put too much harp on all that stuff too much, but still, when you get your hands on the ball, you got to catch it. Then just going even further down, you have Anthony Averett that came in later, didn't do nothing. I thought that the pass that he broke up, he wasn't looking back, so it just, it is what it is. He didn't really do nothing. Kenny Young was, I wouldn't say a surprise to me, because I didn't know him before the Ravens drafted him, but after the draft, I made sure I looked at him, and he's really, really good. So Kenny Young actually did pretty darn solidly for the Baltimore Ravens. I didn't see him miss any type of tackles. I saw him always around the ball, being able to make plays. Even the sack that he had on Josh Allen, he was probably the only player on a sack on Josh Allen that took him down pretty easily. Even Suggs got a hold of Josh Allen, and he was able to pull away from Suggs. So when I look at Kenny Young, he did pretty well in this game. I would actually say he was probably the best rookie in this game, period. Looking at the rest of the draft picks, Jordan Lashley, Yeah, I think Zyler, the seventh round pick, he wasn't playing. He was inactive. Deshaun Elliott is hurt, so that's not a that wasn't a situation there. I think I'm swear I'm missing somebody, but I don't think any other rookie really played at all in these games. Bradley Bozeman is the other rookie I'm thinking about, and he kind of came in later. I saw some pressure when he first came in when Lamar Jackson was in, so I can't say he did good or he did bad at all. I mean, it was they had their backups out there. It is what it is. It wasn't the same offense that we saw from Joe in the starting offense, but. Anyway, when it gets down to it, though, when it comes to what happened in these players and just the rookies in general, I thought that Kenny Young was the only one that stood out. There was just kind of consistently it was Jerry Grant and Mark Andrews that were out there a lot more than the other guys. In terms of just being able to try to make plays and stuff like that. The rest of the guys wasn't out there as much, but I would just say this: I think that Kenny Young definitely did the best. And overall, just looking at the game ended 47-3. This was something where I wouldn't say I was shocked because I felt as though the Bills were pretty bad, but I think that being that it was raining and probably played a little bit of an effect on it. But also, I look at the Bills and their secondary is supposed to be their strength, and I think that Tre'Davious White did solid. I think that they picked on the rookie a lot and the nickel corner a lot. The safeties they didn't pick on them as much, but I think they caught the safeties out of position a couple of times, not too many times. Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde, both players. They're solid safeties. I never thought they were actually great safeties, but I think they just work well together, which made them a solid tandem the year before. But just overall, when it came to the Ravens and the way that the offense was moving, a lot of guys caught the ball. There was a good amount of drops, and I want to put that out there because I think Buck Allen had like maybe 2 drops. One was a definite drop. Another one I think got hit and he couldn't catch the ball. There was 2 drops from Nick Boyle, 2 drops from Michael Crabtree. So there was a couple of drops in this game that was just like, what? It was raining, so all right, I get it, but you want these guys to catch the ball. Michael Crabtree started off really bad, and then he came into his own and did a little better, especially with that great touchdown catch. John Brown, I think, is probably going to be the star of this offensive team, and then Willie Snead, I think he did pretty well. He did what he came in to do. Those guys they're definitely going to make a lot of plays. And of course, there are going to be some games where they're not going to make a lot of plays. But I think, those guys, they're better than what we had last year. I would just say that. They're definitely better than what we had last year. Just based off the first game. Looking at some other weapons, Alex Collins, he had that bad fumble, which was totally his fault. Sometimes you can't fight for extra yardage, and he has a history of it. So when Tremaine, I wouldn't say he forced the fumble, but it wasn't like he literally forced it. He just made a regular tackle and his helmet hit the ball. I don't think, so the way he tackled, I don't think he was literally trying to put his helmet on the ball. I think he was just trying to tackle him, and he just ended up fumbling. So, when it came to that, it was just kind of like, come on, dude. Like, you have this history. You need to be able to protect this ball. He was in the doghouse a little bit, and then they put him back in. Overall, by third quarter with over 10 minutes left, they took out all the starters. Not all the starters, but they took out most of the starters, put in the backups for both sides of the ball. And then it kind of went from there. They eventually the Bills had got 3 points, but whatever. Nobody really cares. And then after that, I mean, just they didn't really score. And the Ravens did their job on offense and defense, running down the time on offense, and then on defense, being able to stop them from scoring, even though they gave up the 1 score. Everybody's hoping for a shutout, but you can't get it all the time. Especially, I think last year the Ravens started with a shutout, if I don't believe so, against the Bengals. So that was pretty good. But anyway, just overall, I think that the Ravens had a pretty good first game of the season. But it's against the Bills, obviously. They're not the best team in the league. They're probably going to be picking in the top 3 this year, so we'll see that. But looking forward to the game versus the Bengals. I believe we're going to be at the Bengals on Thursday night. The Bengals are definitely an improved team. They have a better left tackle that they had last year. Their offensive line, they're trying to improve. And overall, you already know that they have weapons at receiver, Tyler Eifert at tight end, especially at the running back position with a guy like Joe Mixon. So I think that overall, this will be a solid game. Hopefully the Ravens can pull it out. I think that if they try to attack that secondary, I don't think it's going to work as good as what it did against the Bills. I think that they're going to have to try to run the ball. And I think that even though they got the new left tackle, I don't know who else they got on the offensive line for the Bengals, but they're gonna need to get pressure on Andy Dalton and force him to not be able to make those great throws to a guy like AJ Green. So overall, I think that we should see a good game on Thursday. And Ravens, you did a good job, so salute you on that. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.